Let's go!
The report explained, yes. A conversation happened at one stage, but it never got any further down the road of potential valuations or fees or anything like that. That single line paints a clear picture. Liverpool, a club renowned for conducting thorough background work on several profiles before committing to any one player, made an exploratory inquiry about Branthwaite, but never allowed it to develop into anything formal. There was no bid, no back and forth, and crucially, Everton had absolutely no desire to negotiate. As the Daily Mail made clear, Everton had no intention of selling. Why Branthwaite was never a realistic option, the same report added that Chelsea were also interested in the young England defender, but they too hit a brick wall. Everton view Branthwaite as an essential part of their future structure, a player around whom they want to build, not cash in. One source summed up the reasoning perfectly. How, for instance? Could Everton have held talks with Jack Grealish if they were about to sell one of their best talents? This wasn't mere resistance. It was strategic protection. Selling Branthwaite would have weakened Everton's bargaining position in any future transfer negotiations. He's not just a valuable player. He's an asset of leverage, a symbol of stability amid the club's financial balancing act. Liverpool's defensive focus shifted elsewhere. The article also clarified that Liverpool might have looked, but to stress, it didn't enter the realm where a deal was going to happen. That line aligns with the Reds' disciplined approach to the transfer market. After Jarell Kwanzaa's unexpected £35 million move to Bayer Leverkusen, many expected Liverpool to invest heavily in a high-profile replacement. Instead, the club went for a longer-term project, signing Giovanni Leone from Parma for £26 million. It was a decision based on potential and planning ahead. Unfortunately, Leone suffered a devastating ACL injury on his debut against Southampton in the Carabao Cup, effectively ending his season and forcing Liverpool to reassess their defensive depth once more. Branthwaite still remains the kind of player who fits Liverpool's modern defensive blueprint, left-footed, powerful, composed, and tactically sharp. The timing wasn't right this summer. The fact that conversations were held means that door remains open for the future. Liverpool didn't burn the bridge. They merely bookmarked it for another day. Our View Anfield Index perspective from a Liverpool fan's perspective, this situation will likely stir mixed emotions. On one hand, it's reassuring to know that the club were actively exploring quality options after losing Kwanzaa. On the other, it's frustrating that they didn't press harder once Branthwaite's name came up. The confirmation that a conversation happened shows the scouting department identified the right target, but dialogue without determination rarely brings signings across the finish line. Many supporters would argue that if the admiration for Branthwaite was genuine, Liverpool should have at least tested Everton's resolve with a formal bid. After all, there are very few elite left-sided centre-backs under the age of 22 in Europe. Even if Everton had immediately rejected the offer, it would have publicly highlighted Liverpool's intent and perhaps subtly shifted the narrative around the player's availability. Instead, the club opted for Leone, a promising choice undone by cruel luck. With his long-term injury, the question naturally arises: what's next? January 2026 or the following summer could see this story re-emerge, especially if circumstances change. If Branthwaite ever signals an openness to moving on, Liverpool will undoubtedly be among the first to act. For now, however, Everton's firm stance means patience is the only play. Some Liverpool supporters quietly hope financial pressures at Goodison Park may eventually soften their resistance. Until then,